It's been more than 2.5 years since one of the most beloved news anchors in our area walked off this set for the last time. Tracy Rowlett retired in 2008. Since then, he's focused his time and attention on someone very close to his heart. He opened up to me in a very revealing interview that I think any parent would appreciate.
And all the rest.
Even before Tracy Rowlett signed off for the last time at CBS 11, he'd found a haven here at his lake house at Cypress Springs Lake in East Texas.
Jill has often said, even before I left the news business, that this was a place of real retreat for me. And she could tell about 5 or 10 minutes after we got here that my shoulders would slump a little and suddenly the tension would roll off.
Who came up with the design for the house? Was it you or Steve?
Well, both of us.
Tracy spends as much time at the lake house as possible, at least 2 days a week. When he's not taking care of the property, he spends his time reading.
I love shooting stills.
Taking pictures.
Every time I step outdoors, I see another shot. I ought to take a picture of Mike.
And relishing the quiet.
It's 100 miles from Dallas, but it might as well be 1,000.
But the source of true joy in his life is his wife of more than 25 years, Jill.
Hey, Michael, time for daddy school.
And their 24-year-old son, Michael.
Michael is just a great blessing in our lives. You don't think of that when you have an autistic child or a child with special needs, but you certainly grow to appreciate the blessing that God has given you. Hey, Michael, let's go swing.
Michael was the primary motivation behind some major decisions in Tracy's life. It was his need to provide a lifetime of financial care for Michael that prompted Tracy in 1999 to leave his longtime television home, WFAA Channel 8, to join us at CBS 11.
Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Are you ready?
And it's Michael who's benefiting from Tracy's retirement now. Your bond has gotten stronger with Michael.
It is? I didn't think I'd do this. He does things for me that he won't do if left to his own devices.
Since Tracy no longer has to deal with the demands and long hours of work, he has more time to spend with Michael and has been able to get him to do something he and Jill once thought impossible.
It's a great breakthrough to be able to sit down with Michael and to get him to eat things. I've been able to get him to do things that the specialists in the area of the feeding therapists and so forth were not able to do.
I used to say never, I'd given up. I thought he was never ever going to eat anything but yogurt and nutritional supplement drinks. And lo and behold.
Okay.
Tracy also spends time with Michael in what he calls daddy school.
What's this one?
Kite.
And kite starts with? He's writing them, he's not saying it.
He hopes Michael will soon be reading and understanding simple stories.
X.
X.
Y.
Y.
Z.
Z.
This is one of the ways I've seen Tracy and Michael bond, and it's wonderful.
As wonderful as life is for Tracy now, one event did briefly cast a shadow over it. When he retired from television news, he and 2 highly regarded producer friends were hired to start an internet newscast that dealt exclusively with issues relating to natural gas drilling. The newscast was sponsored by Chesapeake Energy, and some critics argued it was merely an endorsement, not actual news, which especially rankled Tracy because endorsements are something he says he'd never do.
And we had a wonderful idea that we were never able to get off the ground. So yeah, I felt frustrated and a little hurt.
Tracy never got to prove his accusers wrong because the newscast was shelved with the downturn in the economy before their first story aired. But he has no regrets and is just grateful he's young enough and healthy enough to enjoy this time in his life.
The 3 of us, Michael, Jill, and I, are a really tight-knit group. That's the true joy in being retired, because I'm able to spend my days now with these people I love so much.
Are you happy? He likes you.
And Tracy joins us on the set tonight. It seems like old times having you here. So I know you are enjoying your retirement, but is there anything you miss about the business?
Well, I miss the people. I miss working with you and with Doug, of course, and other folks that I knew along the way. And I miss what we like to refer to as the long form, documentaries and special reports and that sort of thing. But I don't miss day-to-day anchoring. CBS was very good to me the whole time I was here and tried to get me to stay, as you recall. But it was time for me to go. And you can love a thing to death, and it was time for me to move on.
And you have no regrets about that?
I have no regrets whatsoever.
Yeah. And you are writing, though. Writing has always been a passion of yours. What are you working on?
Well, you know, it sounds so egocentric, and I apologize for that, but you know, in this business, you meet a lot of people, you take a lot of pictures, you travel to a lot of places. And I thought one time, wouldn't it be great if I had some narrative to go along with that for my grandchildren or great-grandchildren? So that's what I'm working on. It's like a journal in retrospect, maybe.
So it's for them, though. It's private, not to be published.
No, I don't expect that it'll be. It's not the Great American Novel, I'll put it that way. Well, you look terrific, and
Well,
you
so
and
do
Doug,
you.
by the way, are doing wonderful, wonderful work, and I just so much enjoy being a viewer right now. You guys are terrific.
You're so sweet, Tracy. We love you, and we miss
Thank
you.
you, thank you.
Thanks.
We do. And it's been a pleasure sitting in this chair that you developed, and you put this station on the mark, and you put the station on the dial here in North Texas. You know that.
It's going to be a love fest here before we're
It
through,
is.
but you guys are doing a great job, and the ratings show it, so there you go.
Let's bring Larry into this great big group.
Yeah, where is Larry?
Yeah, everybody get together. Yeah, it's great seeing Tracy. It's always so much fun to see him here. And, you know,